An activist monitoring group says Islamic State militants have kidnapped at least 90 Assyrian Christians in the northeast of Syria. The Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says the Assyrians were snatched from two villages near the town of Tel Tamr in the western countryside of the predominantly Kurdish city of Hasaka. Islamic State militants have repeatedly attacked minority groups in Syria and Iraq. More recently, they executed over 20 Egyptian Coptic Christians in Libya. Now, for more on this, we can go to our correspondent Ala Ibrahim in Damascus. Welcome, Ala. What can you give us as far as the latest on this story is concerned?
Yes. So far, there is little information about the fate of the 90 hostages that ISIL took in their attack on several towns in the western countryside of Hasaka province, northeast of Syria. But we can confirm so far that many of the families who were residing in these towns were able actually to flee these towns, and they are now inside Hasaka city in safety. The towns that were attacked were protected by fighters from the YPG, the local Kurdish militias of that area, who apparently failed to stop the attacks of ISIL. And also, it seems that ISIL went on a retribution campaign afterwards, burning several churches and several houses for peoples there, including 2,000 years old churches. Two churches, each 1,000 years old, were torched in the towns of Tel Tamr and Tel Tamr and adjacent areas. And again, some families managed to flee and reach safer areas.
And Allah, has there been any response at all from the Syrian government, and how are the local residents coping with all of this?
Well, the Syrian government did not issue any official statement. Unfortunately, attacks of this sort have become very common in the Syrian conflict, whether it is carried out by ISIL or any other party, but unfortunately it has become very common. But I've spoken to sources inside the governorate of Hasaka, which is the local government there, affiliated with, of course, the central government here in Damascus, and they told me that they have been able to secure over 124 families who fled these villages. The residents of Hasaka province in general, which is a province that consists of Arabs, Kurds, and Assyrian and Syriacs, and some of the oldest Christian communities, not only in Syria but across the world, they are very worried. They're concerned that the recent gain by ISIL could mean that it will further change the structure and the demographic of that region, and further push the Christians of Syria, who have been leaving the country in quite large numbers, which is changing the demographics of Syria. And this is one of the effects of the war that many think that cannot be overturned with time.